And we hot.
Back in the studio.
Sun's going down.
Time change. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when this one will come out, but today is the first day of standard time. Sucks. I mean, it didn't really affect me this morning because I haven't got a chance to get used to the new time.
Right.
Because used to, when it did this, before cell phones become your clock and your watch and everything, I didn't change my clocks until I came home. So, 5 o'clock on my clock. It might have been 4 o'clock standard time, but always worked good for me. And then when turkey season's here, I'm already getting up early, so pretty much I don't have too much trouble, except during the week, weekdays. I need to take that whole week off.
That's the only bad part. Like for Laura, well, and for you, I guess she drives to work pretty much in the dark and comes home in the dark.
I know. That's what it really sucks. I wish they would just, they start that talk every year.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they can't even get a budget passed right now, so I'm not worried about daylight savings time. But they said there's as many people want to keep it like it is than people that want to end it. I don't know. Who wouldn't want more daylight in the evening? I mean, if you get off work, if you work in hoot owl shift and you get off, it's going to be daylight by the time you get home. You ain't missing nothing. Hell, you're going to go to bed anyway after an hour or two. That's what my brother does. So, I'd rather come on in. Oh, good. It wasn't. I thought my phone was vibrating. It was yours. But I'd rather have a little daylight. Say, I won't even be leaving work right now.
Right.
And sun is about to go over the hill.
Won't be long.
Mm-mm. So, anyway, what'd you do this weekend?
I actually got out and hunted some this weekend. We done state volleyball tournaments 2 days this week, or 1 day, and then ran Grace around to dentist and orthodontist appointments, and I got a big shock. We went to the orthodontist on Thursday, and they said, well, hey, we can put them things on tomorrow. So right back Thursday, and Grace is now in braces for the next 24 months.
The old silver teeth, huh?
Another expense.
Did she get the color stuff put in them?
She went with teal.
Teal.
She's got teal in right now. Yeah.
Teal. Whoa.
It's funny though. I offered to pay a little bit more and get the clear braces put on. Oh no, that ain't cool. And I'm like, what? All these kids want the metal.
They want the metal in there now,
and now it's cheaper. So,
all right.
Hey, and wearing glasses is cool now. I mean, it's changed a lot. It's different.
I had a tech work for me one time that he wore glasses. That was glass. I didn't know it. I said, when did you start wearing glasses? He said, oh, this is just for looks.
Yeah.
I'm going, what? There ain't no way. If I didn't have to put these damn things on, I wouldn't wear them.
Well, I was listening to, I didn't even know they made that. Cuz Strickland was talking about where he put that peep sight in his bow.
Yeah.
That helps if you've got bad vision. I thought,
I'm going to have to get one.
Who come up with that? That's fantastic. I didn't know they made anything like that.
I wonder if they sell those at Vans.
I don't know, but I'll probably need one soon.
Well, I need one now. Here's my problem. I can see the peep in the sights, but I can't see the target.
Mm-hmm.
And that is with my glasses on. With my glasses off, I can see right the opposite.
You see the target.
I see the target, but I can't see the sight, the
pin.
The pin. I mean, it's kind of a blur. I just took the less of, both evils. I thought, well, I'll try shooting my glasses, which I do, which I can. And I said, it's a bigger body down there than a pin. Now, and I'm grouping real good, so I'm not too worried. That's why, just like you, I went hunting this weekend as well. little different mindset. You know, I got to thinking about that Friday evening. You know, I posted that thing, Mark Say from gutting a deer in October, and I thought, I might kill one Friday evening, but of course I didn't. You did. When did you kill yours?
Friday
evening. So you did kill one in October.
I did gut one in October.
You sure did.
And actually done it myself. I had time. And if I have time, I enjoy doing it. That way I know what's
I generally, listen, when it was $5, they gut them. Okay. 10. All right. 15, I'm gutting them myself. I'm sorry. They hanging at the, I mean, there's only one way. I'm not gutting them if I don't have to. And that's if they gut shot.
Yeah.
They ain't nothing worse. Nothing worse. I remember my youngest boy, and he's a teenager. He's in high school. He may have been graduated. I don't know, but he gut shot a deer, and I'd always gut his deer for him or whatever. We'd hang him up or whatever and then carry him to the processor and let him hang in our cooler. But I told him, I said, I ain't gutting this deer. You gut shot it. You gut it.
Time to learn.
I don't know how. I said, yeah, you do. You've watched me your whole life. He got so mad. He was jumping up and down, fussing, cussing, threw the knife down, walked away. One of the other members, because I got mad, I said, basically, this thing can hang here and rot. I'm not touching it. And one of the other members, this was when we was in the before it sold, the property sold. He come up, he said, Anthony, would you get mad if I went and got him and walked him through this? I said, you can do whatever you want. I said, but he's watched it since he could walk. He knows what to do. He don't want to do it. And he went and got him, and them two handled it, but I was not touching that deer. I mean, I had gutted a couple of gut shot ones he had done before. I mean, I had to swim a creek in January because he gut shot one. I mean, we had to track it down and jump it and shoot it, and then it floated out in the middle of that creek. And it was like, I'll go get him, Daddy. I said, boy, if you get out there and drown, your mom will kill me. Well, that creek is a little Okmulgee Creek. It probably ain't in places, it's a little wider than this room in here. But it does get a little bit wider and does get deep in spots. That's why I lost my GPS in there one time. But, yeah, I stripped down to my whitey tighties back in the day. No, I'm sorry. They was red Fruit of the Loom boxer briefs. I might have told you that story, but I won't go through the whole thing, but I did. I walked over there and got the deer, drug it up on the bank. And I said, boys, I'm in my underwear. It's cold. I said, somebody bring me my clothes. We not getting in that water. So what do you mean? You got to get over here. We going back to a foot log. I said, that foot log's a half a mile up the creek. I said, hang on. Back in I go. Went over there and got my clothes. And I said, I'll get my clothes on. I'm going to go get the four-wheeler. I'll be back. They said, do you know where you're at? I'm a turkey hunter, man. I said, I've been here many times. I said, I've hunted turkey all up and down this part. I said, I know exactly where I am, and the four-wheeler I know exactly where it is. And honestly, by the time they had scooted across it, and that was a little foot. You didn't walk this foot log. You crawled it, or you kind of held on like you was in basic training going across a telephone pole or whatever. And anyway, by the time they got over there, I done got the four-wheeler down there. So, but what I was going to say was, of course, the old underwear is soggy wet. And there was a holly bush. I think it was a holly bush. I just took them old underwear and just chunk them up there, and they hung. A year or two later, and this old boy's dead too now. I hate he's passed away. Well, he committed suicide, but super nice guy. He comes up from out in there one day and he said, I've seen the strangest thing I've ever seen in these woods. And we're all in the camp house, and what'd you see? He said, I was over there in 27, and there was a pair of red underwear hanging way up in the tree. He said, first I thought maybe it flooded and they hung up, and then I got to look and I said, no, that's way too high up. I said, they weren't red. They were more of a maroon color. And he kind of looked at me. I said, I hung them up down there. It was either the year before or 2 years before. What? He wasn't there on that track. That's before cell phones with cameras all over them, it wouldn't have been pretty me wading across that creek. So anyway, I don't know. So you shot. Let's see. Did y'all go Friday? You didn't go Friday evening.
So
did
me
you?
and Grace went Friday morning.
Okay, y'all went Friday. But that's right, because it was wet and you couldn't work.
And we seen one buck right at daylight that I would love for her to get a shot at. It just didn't work out. He stayed up on the ridge and skirted. He was on a mission. I think he was going down toward the lake to eat acorns and maybe get a drink. And then we saw a small spike and a doe and two little ones. And Grace didn't get no shot at anything. And so Friday evening, we were supposed to go back. And I went to get her. Of course, like I say, she got braces Thursday, and her mouth was starting to bother her. So she took some aspirin and laid down, and she was asleep Friday, and I couldn't get her up. So I headed to the woods and had two decent-sized does come in. And then I think it was around 5 o'clock, I had a big doe and a yearling come in, and
so you orphaned one.
She gave me she presented the shot. No spot. So, I've always been told it's safe to get them if they ain't got no spot. So, anyway, I shot, done a normal dusting thing, hit a little limb that I didn't see.
Yes, sir. I remember. I got that text.
It deflected my air a little bit, and I wasn't even sure it hit. I could just tell that it hit, so I heard it, and so I waited a few minutes while I was getting all my stuff together, and I eased down there just to see if the arrow, if I could find my arrow and what happened. And I did see the little limb where I'd nicked the end of it, and got down to my arrow, and it was facing me. So I knew something had happened, and I picked it up and had some blood on there, a little bit of blood on the fletchings, but it was real tacky, slimy like, and I smelled of it, had a little bit of a smell, and I thought, I've got shot it. And so it was starting to get kind of dark then. I couldn't see no blood. I was going back and forth, left to right, trying to just pick up one little thing of blood to follow. And I think I texted you and you said I would just pull back. And
well, that's what I was thinking when you said gut shot. I thought, okay, you went, straight through the guts.
And that was the plan. I was going to try to find some blood and mark my last blood, and then go get my week light and all that type stuff. Give it an hour or two, maybe go home and eat, and then come back. And
what did you just say? What kind of light?
Week light.
You sure you're not part coal miner? That's what my old man called theirs.
That's what we always called them. Coon hunting growing up was week lights.
They got them. Most of them back in them days came from a coal mine somewhere. Big old battery on your side. And, okay.
I've got one of them. It's all built in a ball cap. I love that thing, and rechargeable. So it's pretty sweet. But anyway, I was going left to right trying to find blood, and there's a kind of a flat in there. So I just walked up on the flat and grabbed my binoculars and started scanning. And
so you found blood?
I didn't find any.
Oh, you found no blood. So you just walked up on the flat. I thought you might have seen the speck.
I just walked up on the flat, and I grabbed my binoculars back out of my backpack and put them on, and I started scanning the woods left to right, and I looked out a little further and went left to right. When I come across, I just seen the wound open up facing the sky, and I was like, there she is. And I went ahead and put another arrow in and eased up, but she was done. The way it deflected, and apparently she was quartering toward me more than I thought, or the arrow done that one. But I clipped the lung and come out through the stomach. So when I rolled her over, I got the old,
oh yeah, that's the
and I was like, yeah. But I had a heck of a drag back up that hill by myself. Bow kept falling off, and I had backpack, and I finally got her close to my little area I hunt, and I said, I'm going to the truck, get rid of all this stuff, and I'll go get my deer cart. And then a friend of mine, he came down, and he's got no rusty Toyota, and he said, I'll just come on in there. And I said, well, there's stumps and stuff. He said, you can't hurt it. And he did. He drove all the way into where my stand's at, and we rolled her up to there on a cart and got her out, and then
No excuse now. You can take yours down there from now on.
my Toyota ain't hardly in the shape that one is.
Oh, but okay.
It would go up there. I ain't worried about it. But if I ever get the excavator back over there, them stumps be gone. You can drive whatever you want in there. I've got them cut as low as I can, but every year since I've cut them, the ground has settled a little more.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Yes. I'm serious. When we first cut them, we cut them flush. The next year, they were like 6 inches tall.
That's why sea level's rising. Actually, the ground's shrinking.
That's where it is.
They ain't no sea level rise.
But
Did you see that meme? They showed a picture of Plymouth Rock, like in the 1700s or whatever.
Right.
Maybe the first photograph they could ever take. Then they showed one in the late 1800s, same spot. Then they showed one in 2025. Water was hitting it the same spot. I mean, God, dog. Come on, people.
I tell you, I was thankful to kill a deer. I told you I can't even remember the last one I killed with archery equipment. I want to say it's been 8 years or so because I'm always out of town on hurricanes during bow season. But
No, I don't remember a deer season. You've been really around. Maybe come in for Thanksgiving.
that's it, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and so I was tickled. But probably what I was most happiest about was, well, one, getting to spend a little bit of time with Grace, but two is that little bit of rain in all my green fields, my little no-till plot that I've put in this year.
Let's talk about all that. I mean, I don't know if any of these podcasts where we've talked about I know some of them's come out where we've talked, but you went in specifically with no-till down some of these places.
Yeah, this is so I think our pines are 15 now, 12 or 15 years old, and nothing's been done where I'm at. I'm in the middle of a pine thicket hunting, so I took a leaf blower in there and blew all the pine straw down to the bare dirt and put some WMS throw and grow that you got me down at your place.
Oh yeah,
and,
I did pick up a bag.
Put it in, but I didn't fertilize because we were still dry. We were just on a prayer for that little bit of rain we got. And then another area, we've got some forest landlocked, if you will. That's how we've always said it. But anyway, the log road, when they logged our property, it had grown up. So we went in there and cut. It's probably 350 yards back in there. I found a real pretty spot, and I went back, and it's a saddle. You're right up on the ridge, and you got a little draw on each side of you. So I took a leaf blower and blew that road out in one of the big 2-foot plastic rakes and raked all of it to put some, kind of break the little bit of dirt up, and put some no-till on it, and then I guess it was 2 Saturdays ago we were supposed to get all this rain this past week is what it was, and I went back on Saturday and used liquid fertilizer on all my clover fields. I'm going to see how that goes. My first time to ever do it. I know if you're not watching what you're doing, you'll use a whole tank on one field. I can tell you that. So you need to have somebody with you and like turn your numbers toward the machine, or, don't get in the zone and at least stop and see where you're at. But I ended up having another bottle that I planned on using in the spring. Well, I'm going to have to order some more, but I hadn't even got to look at those yet. But I went ahead and fertilized in front of my place, and then on the logger, I'm calling that the forest stand. So the forest stand and then the White House, I got those done. And then I went to another little spot that I'm calling the corner plot. It's right on the corner of our property, and I blew it out with a leaf blower. It's a little bit bigger than the other two, and fertilized it, seeded it, and then you and I went back on Monday and done a bunch of trimming, and
that's going to be a good spot.
And put a
I feel like it'll be a good spot.
Yeah. So when we were in there, it already rained quite a bit, and so the fertilizer had gotten the ground.
Because we were looking at the seeds, they were just beat in. They wasn't washed away. It rained just right. To me. All you got to do is have that soil contact.
And I haven't been back over there yet, but I've got good expectations that with these 70-degree days this week and the little bit of rain we got last night and heavy dews we're having in the mornings, that hopefully when I go back and check it this weekend, I'm going to go check all of them by this weekend and just see what they're doing. I really hope that forest plot come up, but
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And we're going to get back to mid-70s.
Mm-hmm.
So what hadn't germinated, if it hadn't, it will. And then what's come up, that little bit warmer weather and a little sunshine on the dampness, that stuff ought to take off like kudzu.
I mean, I've talked to you because, I mean, all of us had the same dry weather. Nobody had really any more rain than anybody else. And talking to you and you taking some pictures of your food plots and how small the clover is, but there's just tons of it.
Well, it's like it just busted. I don't know. Now, I showed you a picture, but that was clover leaves. These, I don't know what clover looks like when it first busts out of the seed. I mean,
well, them pictures you showed me,
that's clover there, but I should have took pictures of the other, but I feel like that's what it is. I mean, it's just a carpet of these little, they're 3 round leaves on a teeny tiny.
And you done a mix of clover.
Oh my God, I've got all kinds.
So
you can see them right back there.
So more likely, the ones that you can tell is clover already.
That might have been already there. Some of that from last year. I told you it was covered. The ground was covered. It was just small.
Right. But talking to you, and then, I sent you some pictures of that little patch in front of my stand there. And then a friend of mine, Tony, that kind of planted about the same time as we're talking about here. I was at his place yesterday, and it's the same way. It's like 1/2 inch little bitty clovers. But which now he hadn't fertilized yet. He fertilized yesterday evening, and we got a little bit of rain last night, probably enough to help him with fertilizer.
I will say this: if it's not clover, the deer love it.
Yeah, because if it's some kind of native
they're just
weed,
laying into it. I mean, it's killing me. They're not giving it time. If they would just go eat an acorn.
If it was if that's native browse, we need to figure out how to bag that.
I'm gonna be digging that up, but that's coming up. I'm gonna seed it. So go. I saw somebody that was walking around getting some. I forgot. Everybody's big on now native grasses, native plants, and they were picking some kind of. I don't know what it was, but they were before the bush hog come in. They were collecting seeds, and so they could carry them to somebody, or somebody else wanted them. So there'd be plenty of seeds after your bush hog, but anyway, so your clover's coming.
Yeah.
The WMS. I don't know what all was in that WMS. Do you remember?
I do, but I mean, it had.
I mean, it's made. I mean, it's a throw and grow.
It was
basically.
Actually, instead of having rye, cereal rye in it, it had wheat. So it was wheat, rape, daikon radishes, and I mean,
it had daikon radishes and throw and grow.
Yeah,
that's strange to me.
And well, I think it's because of the seed size. It doesn't
take
much
I mean,
to beat them in. That he's big on that too, but it also.
I just meant with the ground so hard, you wouldn't think it would. Without a seed bed, the radish would do good, but maybe it does. I guess it does. I mean, that ground's pretty soft anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of sandy. What else? It has.
Do you have any clover?
Crimson clover and Valencia clover.
Okay, that's
what's in the throw and grow WMS. Which the stuff that I made up myself is pretty much that, except the stuff I didn't have the rape, and I put cereal rye instead of wheat in there. But
I don't know if I've ever planted cereal rye. I thought I was buying some last year, and I bought the bad stuff.
You just bought the wheat.
I just bought, yeah. I didn't know.
You was talking about the seed collection and stuff, and you probably remember this, but like my granddaddy grew up during the Depression, so they knew how to save. They saved everything.
My dad still does.
Right.
He saves his corn and all kinds of peas.
So when my granddaddy when he would cut hay or he would bush hog, he would put a cardboard box turned out on the front of the tractor, and he would catch that seed and he would reseed with the grass seed. I mean, that's just when you was talking about that, it got me to thinking about my granddad and the way he done things. But yeah, I remember that growing up. Everybody else goes and buys it. Papa, he's dumping it back in a planter and putting it back on his fields.
Well, that's one thing drives my dad crazy. You got all this genetically modified stuff that don't grow no more. But he's got some tomato tomatoes They not genetically modified. They come up every year. They come back, and he'll dig them up. You know, they might be spread out all over the place. He'll dig up 3 or 4 of them plants, put them in a row. He dug up one. He's going to try to keep it in the house. But much like the catawba worm trees I sprouted for him, he says he overwatered the catawba worm trees. He didn't water them. I know what he did. Me and my brother both. I mean, mine, I've got them down here in the basement right now because it got cool, which cold weather's not going to kill them, but I'm going to let them grow as much as they can. Right. But his was wilted away and gone.
Now, does he have any of that old school garlic down there at his place? I am wanting to plant me some of that. Jamie's got some. I had
some. There was some growing right up here on top of the hill.
And I love that garlic.
My grandmother used to have a whole thing. Now she dug it up and cooked with it and stuff. We dug it up to bait a sucker hole with. I don't know if you've ever sucker fished, but we'd take old cornbread and soured milk and cottonseed milk cake and I mean just anything, scraps.
Would y'all do it in a burlap sack?
Put it in a big burlap sack, but we'd take it, the cottonseed milk cake and garlic and that kind of stuff and boil it where it get in there. Then you let it sit there and even sour more. Put it in, you know, a couple, 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets. You did not like opening the top on them buckets. But them suckers loved them. God, my brother says every year he's going to bait a sucker hole. If he does, we're going to do a little YouTube clip and you're going to come over. I got my poles. I bought poles when I was down in Florida. You can't find good cane poles up here. But a good 14-foot cane pole, you get a 5-pound red horse on the end of it. Oh, that was the line just back and forth. I love it.
We used to bait some holes out like that, and that's what made me think that burlap.
But we put it in a burlap sack.
We used the, what'd you say a while ago about the cake?
Cottonseed milk
Cottonseed, yeah. That's what we put in them. Yeah.
You know, they use that for cattle feed a lot. We'd buy it in a cake. You can buy it in a bag, but we didn't. They just sold them in cakes over there where we bought them at, and we just break them up and put them in a bucket. So I don't know how we got off on that, but we did.
Old times.
So, I love it. You don't know how many days I miss school. Man, you'd be sitting on the river, on a rising river. I'm talking about me and my dad. We went I laid out of school that day. He's always good about letting me lay out to go hunt or fish as long as I was with him. We moved. That river rose 7 feet while we were there that morning. 7 feet. We just kept backing back. You take a shovel where you can cut you out a place to sit in there. Maybe cut steps out because them old river banks are slick. Man, we caught the fish. I mean, they were biting on. I mean, the funniest thing about that whole trip was we started hearing hollering. I mean, the river's roaring. It's muddy. And the best place you can find you is where you got a little clear branch or creek running in. That's where we was at. And we could hear these people. We thought this holler. No. This was in the 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. These jokers are in a round, yellow, blowed up boat. Round. Look like one of these rescue boats. They're hollering and singing. They're drunk as dogs. I'm sure they're dead. I don't know where they were going. I mean, they were just spinning. They had paddles, but there was no controlling it coming down that river. I'm sure somebody found them in the Gulf of Mexico somewhere because, I mean, even Daddy said, them boys are dead. They going to drown for them. You know. I mean, I don't even know where they would be going, where you would get out or how you would get out of it. I mean, we floated the river a lot in boats and trolling motors when it's normal.
Right.
These jokers, it was crazy. Anyway, I can get on that. Let's see. What did I do? I left work about lunchtime Friday. Got down. What did I do? Did I hunt Friday?
You made an evening hunt. That's the day I killed mine. And you're saying I ain't got enough service to get your picture of that arrow.
I guess I went on over there and climbed. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I went up in that ladder stand me and Rebecca put up, or she helped. I'll be generous. And beautiful spot. You saw the picture. Mm-hmm. And saw nothing that evening. Went back, come on out there about dark. I had, let's see, what did I do? No, I guess I just went straight on and hunted that evening. The next day I had loaded up Saturday. I had done loaded the little Samurai with all the corn I could carry. Filled the feeder. I went down in there, but I hunted Saturday morning, and as I was walking in, I'm not one of these guys. I used to black dark. Boy, I was going in. I like a little light. Not so much light. I mean, light enough. You still might need a flashlight, even though I don't use one, and I should have because I tripped over a dang muscadine vine.
You get hung up in a barbed wire fence.
Oh, no, but it felt like it. And anyway, I got in there as I was going, and it's, everything was wet. The leaves was quiet, but they heard me. I had a doe blowing at me before I even got to the stand, way off down in the holler, and I thought, well, that's back over toward that other field. But I think long about 7 o'clock, she come up through that bottom, but she was not coming my way. And there's a beat out path, looks like a cattle trail coming up and going in right there. But I saw her, she eased around, and I thought she went on in the forest. And then I think we had text back and forth some and blah, blah, all that stuff. And, let's see, about 9:30, I thought I was going to get up, ease around and come into the other field and check my cameras. Because I had one that was dead. It's weird. I'll tell you about it later, but it works, but it don't work. But, anyway, as I'm kind of gathering my stuff up, I ain't even really up. I'd stood up. All of a sudden, I hear a deer blow about 40 yards. I can't see it, but it's off down. I'm facing the tree now, looking back up the hill. So it's on my left, and I kind of ease around. I had my bow kind of in the chair, sitting there where it wouldn't fall out, where I was getting my backpack. That's what it heard. It heard me sling that backpack around. I was going to put it on my back, little small backpack, because I left all my junk here. Carried a gun, carried ammo, carried my bow, but my backpack that has lights and saws and grunts and doe bleats and pull up rope in it, everything I needed is right down yonder hanging on that little rack.
You done shoved that in your pickup since you've been home?
No, but it's going in there. So anyway, I stop what I'm doing and I spot her, and she's down there and she can't see me. But she knows, she couldn't smell me for sure, but she knew she heard something. And that deer walked around and blew and blew. And I finally said, screw you. Whew. I just started blowing back at her. I'd blow, she'd blow. I'd blow, she'd blow. Do you know that deer started coming to me? I went, oh, crap. I ain't even got my bow. It's still laying there. I'm easing my bow up. And it's real thick, but if she'd have walked around behind me, I'd have been eyeball level with her. I'd have laid one back through there. So I done got the bow up, got me an arrow back knocked. I'm shooting my old Matthews. I went back to my roots. We discovered that bow was a lot older than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet I've killed probably 100 times. Well, I'm not going to say 100 times. I'll say I killed 80% of what I've shot at. And I've probably killed over the years 40 or 50 deer with that bow over time from 2009. Wasn't it 9?
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. I'm going on 18 years having that bow. I didn't know it was that old. Well, I'll say 9 to maybe, how old is that bow? You're better at math than me. So if it was 09 to 19, that's 10 years. And then to
another 6 on that, so 15 years old.
15 years. I just had another strain. Is that right? About 15, 16?
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
I just don't see the need of buying one. It kills deer. It shoots as good now as it ever did. I've backed off the poundage of it myself.
But when we looked at the IBO on that bow, it was, it's hanging in there with the bows that they're shooting now.
Yeah, it's the old Adrenaline, 32 inches axle to axle. That was a short bow then.
Right.
I don't know if they're shorter now or not, but that was a short bow. And I've got a little drop away rest. I don't have a whisker biscuit on it. And I really do need to get some new sights, but before next year, I may put me whatever that focal thing was,
a magnifying peak.
Because they have to, and it comes in different powers.
Yeah,
for your weak butted eyes. So.
You just go and look through them until one of them works for you.
But my question is, will it work? I mean, all the way out. I can wear glasses and see my sight, but I can't see my deer. It's my wrong eye. And I take them off, I can see the deer, but I can't see. I mean, it's just one of them things. Maybe I need to learn to shoot with both eyes open. I don't know. I've never done it that way.
Me either.
So anyway, I did have my rangefinder and a pair of binoculars. I got enough stuff down there. I actually had a pull-up rope, but I forgot it. I'm just going up that ladder anyway. Guess where my vest or my brand new safety harness was? Right down there. I carried the lifelines with me. Forgot what ties to the lifeline.
The most important
part. And the old safety harness I've got don't work on that. It don't have that knot or that ring to go in. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I come on out, walked up through there, checked my cameras, and finished the feeders up. I was out of corn there. I still had a truckload because I had other ones to hit. That's when me and you talked about you might come down, and I was piddling around. I kind of had a feeling you probably wasn't going to come. That's why I was loading my 4-wheeler up. I thought, worst comes to worst, I can always move it to the back of the Samurai and not do what I was going to do down in that bottom where the hogs were. Because I was getting pictures, of all them sows and 8 or 10, 12 little ones. And anyway, I had T-post, everything to go down there, and I'll post some pictures of it. But last year they destroyed my feeder. The hogs did. Rooted it around till they busted all the pieces. Thank God Jamie had a bottom. I'm still using the same top. It's the same feeder. I did put a cage on it to keep the raccoons out. So anyway, when after we talked and we decided it was going to be so late and for you just to have one hunt, which you could have hunted this morning. We'd have went back down in there. You could have sat in a tripod. I'd have went to a ladder stand. Matter of fact, I went over in there. I had a camera that never connected, run the batteries down, took a test picture every day, but it must have tried to connect till it just sucked the batteries out of it and one of the little HME boxes. So I went and got it out. Carried my Milwaukee giant lopper. While I was down there, I drove my T-post. Let me just back up. Drove down the hill with the 4-wheeler. On the way in, I filled up 1, 2, 3 feeders. This is how much corn I had on this. It's 150 pounds per feeder. 2 of them was dry. So I had 300 pounds. I guess I carried 350 pounds on there. I had 3 T-bars or T-post. I had a post driver. I had my ghost blind. I had my 17. Had my backpack. I had my turkey chair. I was loaded down. Matter of fact, I found out I could not turn right. Not far. Because the way I had the T-post and the Milwaukee pruner thing, and folks, if you got the money, buy one. I'm going to tell you right now, this thing will extend out about 15 feet. And it's a lopper that's battery operated. It'll cut about up to an inch and a half limb. Anyway, so I had all that on there. I make it. By the time I get down there, I only have one bag left to go in that feeder, which when you got a cage on them, that corn stays. I mean, it'll last. Your cage will pay for itself the first time you put it on and fill that feeder up. I mean, if you pay $40 for a feeder, think about three bags of corn, $30 for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so I drive my T-post in there, get them all attached. I'll put some pictures up. Then I went down the lane and I climbed up my tripod there for a second, just kind of see what I needed to trim off. I got most of it trimmed out. Then I jumped on the 4-wheeler, drove down the left toe of my turkey foot And then I've got a trail that goes another quarter mile back up in there to where I've got some swamp oaks. Used to be an absolutely beautiful place, and them trees are loaded. I wish I wasn't going to Florida next week. So that's where I'd be sitting. I did find a couple of busted holes. They ain't really fall. A few fell while I was in there. You can hear them hitting the creek. But I got in there and went to get the camera. And I said, well, let me just look. Because you have to cross this beaver dam to get back over there now. The beavers are in there. And I climbed up in it, and there was a bunch of limbs I needed to trim. Especially if I was going to bow hunt. It wasn't so bad with a rifle, but this is more of a bow stand. Once them acorns are gone, they're gone, except for hogs coming through. So I walked back over there and got my Milwaukee Lopper. I don't know the model of that thing, but I'll find it. Maybe post a picture of it. But I got in there and I cut limb after limb. I mean, I opened all of that up. Me and Christian put that stand up last year. Nobody's ever hunted it. I didn't hunt it last year. I hadn't hunted it this year. And that's what I was going to do if you came. We was going to go back down there and just put you up if you had your AR or something. Put you in the tripod watching for hogs. And I'd either carried my bow or carried my 17 and sat in that stand. Hogs do come through there. But apparently they ain't been a whole lot traveling through there. Or the cameras went dead since the acorn started falling, because I had a test picture all the way up to October 25th every day. No pictures and nothing else. Nothing. So, but I found a busted acorn or two, but it's, we're in November now, so it's been a week and a half or whatever. I mean, you can see mud on the trees where the hogs come by. So anyway, I did all of that. Went back to my ghost blind and my chair set up. It was probably 3:30. And I sat there from 3:30 till 6:30. Not a deer, not a hog. And I kind of was figuring that because I made so much noise. I drove the four-wheeler all the way into there. I usually walk about a half a mile to get in there. But I enjoyed it. I laid back in that chair, took a nap, a couple of naps, dozed in and out. Biggest flock of redbirds I've ever seen in my life. They had to be 20, 25 of them. They fed around. They come all the way up. Matter of fact, one flew up in the tree. That's what woke me up. I thought a limb had fell off on me. It was just the wings beating when that thing flew over my head. But anyway, so Saturday, I seen a couple of deer, went down in there and did my work. And then this morning, I get up my normal time, which is on the clock is an hour earlier, but get all my stuff in the truck. Going to bow hunt. I done decided I was going to a different spot, but up on my place, a little tripod field, there always deer coming in it. I thought it wouldn't be about 25, 30 yard shot to where the feeder's at right now, because it's so full I can't move it further out. I'm going to try to let it dry, to drain out, and then I'll move it. Drive over to the place, 20-minute drive. Grab my gloves out of my backpack, reach in there to get my release. No release. No release whatsoever. I thought, well, I'll just shoot my fingers. I thought, no, dumbass. You ain't going to shoot with your finger. I mean, no dumb butt. I'm trying to watch my language, but really, that's just being a dumbass. But I thought, it's done getting a little bit light, breaking light. And I said, you know what? There ain't no sense in it. I had a camera I was going to put out on my middle field that I didn't have a camera on where I refilled the feeder. I just walked over there and put the camera out, set it up, come back. And I said, you know what? I'm going to walk over here to my first field and just sit this morning and see what comes in.
Right.
And man, I had a show. I think I had at one time, most of the morning, 8 does and 1 spike, and they run all over that field. That's why I found out my field ain't growing. They were mowing it like a weed eaters.
Eating at it.
Yeah. I found one big nanny that she's going to die, the old bearded queen. I've been seeing her. I got my pieball in there, but I just can't. She's too pretty to shoot. I hope nobody else shoots her. I'm not going to shoot her this year. I'm gonna shoot the big mama doe. She did have a yearling with her. The big old doe did. But I'm hoping the piebald will have. I don't think she had any this year. If she don't have any next year, I'll shoot her.
Right.
So anyway, I sat in there. I think I texted you. I wish they'd hurry up and leave. I needed to get down and go do some stuff.
Right.
So I got out, went back to the truck. I said, I'm going to walk this line down. There's a grove of white oaks. These white oaks are growing acorns about, they're littler than top of my pinky, about like that. Little bitty ones, and the ground is covered in them. I thought, man, I need to climb right in here. There was a few busted holes. Of course, the deer ain't eating them because they're over there eating my clover that's trying to come up. But anyway, that was my morning, and I enjoyed it. I took pictures. I'm just not mad at them no more. It didn't bother me one bit that I didn't have a bow, a crossbow. It wasn't rifle season, so I couldn't do that. There ain't no hogs back over there. So, if I'd been sitting in there with a 17 and game warden come up, I'd got a ticket for hunting, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how he could prove I was hunting. I'd been illegally hunting if I said I'm hunting hogs. Because it's, hunting hogs all year round. It's daytime. Anyway, got back to the camp, cleaned up, headed home. Here I am.
And no hunting next weekend.
No hunting for me. It's a little woman's birthday. November 7th. November 6th, I will be on my 10-hour journey to Cedar Key, Florida. Guess what I'm going to get? Either going in or coming out. Oh, yes.
A cafe leche.
Yes, miapa. Oh, yeah. I'll be up there one more. Hey, I'll tell you what. Me and her may get up one more and just drive the 25 miles.
Their breakfast is good, too.
That's what I said. Have breakfast.
Or brunch.
Have a cafe luce.
Brunch, you could go either way and still get the coffee.
I mean, I'm not getting up. I always get up early. I love it. I don't sleep much anymore anyway, but I like getting up and enjoying the morning, and she can sleep in if she wants to. And then maybe, like you said, brunch. We'll head that way. We'll go up there and do that. Maybe come back and go hit Manatee Springs or something.
If you get in that area, make sure you give Steve Green a call and tell him where you're going, because I didn't do that one time when I rode through there, and he goes, "Why didn't you tell me I'd have come at least met you and we'd had, talked for a minute?" But I mean, if you get over
you know what? I'll text him. I think I will. We got to have him on one night.
Well, he just left Alabama. He was.
I know he was at
the Eddie hunt.
Wait a minute! Before we talk about that, we didn't mention what we did Monday.
Oh yeah,
we
had a good time Monday. It turned into like a
Monday
really good time.
I mean, I didn't know you was going to work my butt off after we left there, but
I didn't realize that either. I didn't know until you pulled that lopper out, and I said, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, but anyway,
it didn't take us long.
Where did we go?
We went and I texted Joe Laster with Hunter Safety Systems. He was on the show last year. He's trying to get back on, but he's in the woods, and I get it. If I was able to, he's in Illinois hunting right now, and if I could do what he does, I'd be there too. But he invited us to come a year ago and kind of tour the facilities and him show us around. So
wait a minute. Did you say, let's see, let's do this. Let's see if I can get this set up.
So,
since we don't, dadgummit. Well, that's probably, I know I'm away from the microphone, everybody. I know it. I'm sitting here trying to do something. Wait a minute. I'm back over here. My stupid phone. Oh, man. When you try to do something off the cuff.
Well, what you're trying to do, I tried to do that the other day in the stand, and it was about impossible. Every time I,
you know what? Let's just do it this way. Let's just do this. Why don't I just hold it right here? Hold it right there. All right. I just want to do this. We'll make a little clip. Let me get a little video. So where'd we go?
So we went to Hunter Safety Systems to tour the facility with Joe, and I called him that morning or texted him and asked him, was he going to be at work or what? And he said, yeah. I told him what we was planning on doing. He said, come on down whenever you get ready. So you came over and we went down there, and man, there was so much there that
I didn't know.
I had no idea.
I had no clue that they had.
They've got their hands in a lot of things.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even know they had a fishing line. You didn't either. And so that was interesting. And we got to see kind of where the meeting of the minds happened. There was a bunch of prototypes and that sort of thing, and for the future. And the warehouse really, and that's not the only one, but that's the main one for them. And we didn't realize how big it was, and we just kept going into room.
You even tried a saddle.
Yeah. And I tried a saddle, and it was pretty cool. Joe got me set up on a power pole, and I got to try that out.
I posted a video.
Yeah.
We got to talk to this. Somehow you're sharing the video and it's sharing it back to the Meeting 2 page. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's like an automatic thing when you share something.
That's why I started just tagging me in there. Because, the one time a lot of people think maybe you posted, or they don't know who posted, and then they're texting you with questions or messaging you. So I just started, like, if I posted, I just put, at Dustin Miller on there, and that way, and two, that shares it on my Facebook too, when it tags me. But yeah, we ended up getting some products.
Some products there. I bought me a new safety harness, which I left at home here. Some lifelines.
We bought some lifelines.
And which I didn't need since I didn't have my safety harness. I mean, I was just in that ladder stand. But let me tell you something. That ladder stand, I just put up and it never hunted it. You don't know if it's going to break. You don't know if it's going to slide off the tree. It already kind of sits a little crooked because the tree's crooked.
Right.
But I mean.
Well, I mean, did you see that? There was a post where somebody had ordered a bunch of new tree stands, and the welds were so bad on them, they were literally just knocking them out with their hand, the ladder part.
How does that pass the
tree stand association or whatever it
is? Or not TSA, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tree stand manufacturer, TMA, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Tree Stand Manufacturing Association.
How does those pass that test? See, if that's true, and listen, there was some stands. Oh shoot, what's the one we all got now? Anyway, a friend of mine, before I was buying them, I'm still a big API guy, or was. I still got my old ones, which I don't think you can kill. But their well broke. He called. They were making them in Decatur now. Pradco.
Oh, Summit.
Mm-hmm. Summit. That man said, I want those. I want them now. And there was two of them that broke. Two different guys broke. And I think he met them somewhere. He brought them new stands and took them. Of course, he might have been trying to protect his butt, but I mean, they wanted to see what happened. They were made here then. They ain't like they shipped them overseas. Them things, I saw it, what you was talking about on TikTok or YouTube or somewhere, and they were just hitting them with a hammer and they just broke.
The way they were doing, I mean, it could be a kid would break them welds. Mm-hmm. But, on that standard, I'm kind of wondering if, me and you design a tree stand, we build it, we put it into, we send it to them for their testing, or they come to you, however that works, and they approve it and say, yeah, that would hold a 300-pound person or whatever. Mm-hmm. That may be as far as that standard happens. I think it would fall under quality control of who's checking those welds at the manufacturer.
But if that's happening, they need to pull their dang certification of that stand.
Well, and them stands are probably getting shipped in from China.
Exactly. That's why I quit buying API. I met, I can't remember his name, the founder of API. He was at the deer show one year. I bought some chains from him.
They're still my favorite climbing
Oh, yeah. I was talking to him and I said, man, he had just sold to Bass Pro Shop like a year or two before. And I said, man, you built the best stands on the market. I said, I can't buy them no more. And he said, what are you talking about? I said, they're made in China now. Bass Pro Shop bought them, and they shipped them to China to be built. I said, I will not buy nothing. I'm not buying one. I know it's hard on a ladder stand to find something. I don't know where they're all made at now, but I try to look. But I said, I'm not buying them. I'm just not. And he had a place called Great Days Outdoor in Mississippi where he sold the parts. because I ordered my chains for years from there. I don't know if they're still open or not.
I ordered some from there as well.
So anyway, I don't know either, but I found it interesting talking with Joe about all that kind of stuff, how they take their, they're getting new into the saddles. We was talking about you climb that telephone pole a little bit, how they had that prototype, and then he showed us how they shaved it off and making it lighter and doing different things, and a lot of work goes into that.
Yeah.
They got a nice saddle. If I was a young guy, and I'll just be honest with you, I just don't see where it's any faster. I don't even know where it's any lighter. It seems it's way overcomplicated for me. I mean, by the time I get up, put my steps up the tree, put my platform up the tree, get all my rigging done, and then I'll be like the other guy that only had my rope halfway through the
didn't have your bridge all
the way through it. He's gone.
That's scary.
He's lucky.
That's scary to watch.
He's
I
lucky.
Watched it. Yeah,
I know. I saw it too.
Yeah. Now the one thing that I've been watching a little bit of, is the guys that do the one step, and that definitely is a young man's thing there. I mean, because you have to move your tether up, then you have to reach down and undo the one step you had, and then move it up, and then
see, how is that faster though?
I don't know.
I mean, there is a place, and just like Joe was talking about, and Alex and them, when you're in the Midwest, up in Illinois and stuff, there ain't a straight tree nowhere. They're all crooked little.
And they're not big triggers either.
No, but I mean, they're crooked, they're limby.
Forked.
And, you're not, I mean, I did carry my climber when I went up there and hunted, and I found trees to climb. But I don't know. That's why I quit using lock-ons, because I did not like roping to the tree and hanging out there. I mean, I've got everything. It's all down at my camera. I looked at it this weekend when I was digging around hunting all my spare parts. But I'm just, I just don't think I'm going to ever do it. And I don't know how old Joe. Do you know how old he is? He about your age?
He's older than me,
but he's not as old as I am.
No, he's probably somewhere between us.
So, if I was in my 40s, I might try it. I mean, it's not nothing new.
Right.
It's been around for 40 years. Now, technology has changed. Mm-hmm. It's changed the game. And, I don't know. I want to feel like it's a trendy, like saddle hunting's trendy, hunting public's trendy, trumpet calls are trendy. I mean, I've got a trumpet right here in my hand. I probably will never use it. I do play on it a little bit, but I just don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an old man now. I don't know. It's just, I don't like change.
I think they're all tools for, in different
But I see an application for it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to need that application in my life? Probably not. Now, if they told me that's the only way you kill a turkey, I'm going to have 3 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they said, nope, you can only hunt turkeys out of saddles now.
I'd probably be doing Aussie rappels hanging upside down.
Look like a bat hanging there, shooting arrows.
That Aussie rappel, now that's wild. Because when I went to rappel master school in the military, that's part of it. And when you're on a 100-foot tower, and you run face down, that's awkward. The body,
good for you.
The body wasn't made to go that way. To me,
I'm not a squirrel. That's squirrel climbing right there for me. And I'm not talking about Squirrel Man or whatever he's not.
Either the Australian military, the Australian SWAT teams, they come up with this style to rappel, but it's crazy. You run face down the wall, instead of going.
They can have it
instead of bounding backwards.
Listen, they don't pay those guys enough money anyway, and they sure can't pay me enough to do it. Even if I was young and could do it, no. I might have been I'd love to have been like an air marshal or something one time, but I ain't rappelling nowhere.
I had that opportunity.
Did you?
Yeah, I messed that up.
Oh man,
I'll tell you that story sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to get into some of these. One day we'll do a podcast just on how I've screwed up my life over the years. I've got a lot of them.
Young-
We could make
young
two. We
folks.
could have a series.
Oh yeah, all these young boys, they're always looking at me sideways when I go, "Hey, when you get done with school this year, go to lineman school." If I'd have known about some of these things that I do, I would probably be on a different career path right now. And what about our old buddy West? He done
Did you
killed a
see
big
it?
Illinois buck.
Well, he hunts up there a lot, but yeah, that's a nice buck.
I tell you, that dude's a hunter. He's a killer.
He's a
I don't even
killer.
know if he's a hunter. He's a killer.
Yeah, he's.
No matter what he's after, he gets it.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna try to get him to go after Bigfoot. He kill him. He get him. I'm telling you, the man will get him.
If there's one in the United
He'll
States,
kill it. He'll kill it.
Track it down and kill it.
Call us, Wes. We won't talk to you. We'll talk to you about your turkeys and your deer, but call us. I want to. I'm gonna get a lead on Bigfoot.
You want to fund the trip?
I'll fund him. I'll go film. No, I don't even want to be around. Nah, you nick him and piss him off. Old Sasquatch come after you. Nah, but I'm telling you, that man he's a killing machine.
Yep.
So him and that boy too.
Yeah.
I mean, they kill. And more power to them. And they do it the right way.
Alex is on a roll this year.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Nice Georgia buck. And
Big
plenty of
Georgia
meat in the
buck.
freezer.
You know what I'm thinking? If they'd let them little butts walk, how many years we've been knowing them now? 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
And all I've heard, we ain't got no big deer up here. Not in this part of North Georgia. We ain't got no big deer. And what does he kill?
They have 14
scoreable points. A monster.
Nice body deer.
Big body.
Deer.
And I don't know how much he had to pay for it. But that was a true free range deer.
It was a nice deer.
But here's what I'm going to say. You can grow deer like that if you let them grow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may not see them much, but I think he had a little intel, and he scouted, and he was watching.
Done his homework.
He did his homework, and congratulations to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And he loves it.
He loves it.
Man, he's a deer hunting.
Yep. Well, I don't know. We got anything else going?
I don't know any events coming up.
I don't know an event. I mean, I'm waiting on February.
Yes.
I'm waiting on February.
Two things to wait for right now. The rut in February.
Well, you got the rut coming long before I do.
Yes. And then
if I could, you can actually hunt a rut with me in January if you can squeeze my brother out of the way. Right now, every time I call him and say, "Hey, you want to go with me?" I got something. I'm moving in my house and I got my grandson. Let rut happen. Let rut happen. He was upset I was going to hunt that ladder stand.
Dang, you bought the land.
I bought it.
The
I put it up. I tried to get him to go with me and help me put it up.
Busy.
I bought the land. I paid taxes.
Cleared it.
He's killed the only turkey been killed on it. Now he ain't killed a deer. I did kill a doe. I ain't killed one deer up there since I've owned it.
I didn't even know if you'd kill one up there.
I killed a doe. Oh, the year before last, right after I had the fields cleaned off. It was like October, so grass wasn't growing. The ground was dead anyway. And I did shoot a doe on my middle field. That's the only deer that's been killed up there. Christian killed a nice lake point. So, and I tell the boys at the club, y'all want to go kill one? I don't care. I got 40 acres and it backs up to the forest. You ain't going to grow big deer. I mean, I've got some nice deer shows up, but I mean, they're liable to get killed. I mean, I don't want to shoot spikes and that kind of stuff, but apparently I can get somebody up there to kill a doe or two for sure. And that might be what I do. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to shoot anything off that first field. I might shoot something off the middle field because that's one Mark hunts out of a lot. Or across the road, my little field.
When's the rut come in down there?
It's usually around the 20th of January.
About the same time as we Dowie then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, it's looking good. I'm going to, like I said, if I get a little bit more rain, I don't know if I'm going to put triple 13 on my clover. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to burn it up.
You may want to call him here and see if he's got any of that. He told me he had.
What was it? Zero?
It was, I think, 6/18/18.
Oh, was that for clover?
Yeah. He's pretty good.
See, the clover should help my nitrogen anyway in the ground.
That's right. That's why you want the first number so small.
Yeah.
But he did tell me, I always heard, you got to have 0/20/20.
Well, that's what I thought you had told me.
And he told me, he said a little bit of nitrogen ain't going to hurt anything. Well, even this liquid that I bought just for clover, the first number on it is either 3 or 6. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, I don't know about the 13. Now, if you hit it now, you might would be all right since it's just coming up. But I know after it gets like up and established, no.
Well, if it's up and established, listen, here's what I'm going to do next year. And I'm going to turn this thing off because we done run about an hour. I'm sure people are sick of it. But I'm going to do more weed control. I'm hoping it grows thick enough to kind of choke it out. Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about grasses so much, but I've got them summer cedars that's coming up everywhere.
Yep.
And I want to kill them out.
Have to do a little 2,4.
I may have to walk around and just pull them up by hand. My dad said he was a kid. They paid him, what did he say? A penny or maybe a nickel per dozen
cedar weeds.
Yeah. That he would pull up out of cow pastures.
We always done those thistleweed. I mean, Papa would put you out there with a shovel and a hoe and his pickup, and you'd load the whole bed of that thing, and then he would take them off his place and burn them.
Oh, well, I thought dump them on.
No, he would burn them. But he would get them away from the pasture before he'd even burn them because he said, the seed in them, even though they're burnt, they go in there.
Well, I'm hoping and praying. Y'all pray for it too, that my clover does good.
3/18/18.
3/18/18.
That's what I put on mine.
Okay. Well, that's what I'll do this spring for sure. Or I may go pick me up. I don't know how much to put out on it. It's just an acre. I don't want to put 100 pounds on it or 50 pounds on it. I don't want to put too much.
Yeah.
Could be a bad thing. I mean, I'd like to get up there. I know it's fixing to get cold, and I ain't going to want to do it. But I will. I mean, I need to. I got 4 bags of 13. I'm going to put them out on my other 2 fields if the deer get off of them. If I could catch it down there on like a Saturday or a Sunday and it was going to rain Monday, I'd stay down there Sunday afternoon. And, I don't worry about on my place. I can't do it on the club because people hunt and you don't want to disturb them. But on my place, it's only 40 acres. If there's somebody in the forest, tough kitty, said the kitty.
Probably just help them.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to, one question, maybe out there, maybe y'all know too. I went the back way out. I went through the forest. I usually drive it once or twice a year, just see what's changed. And there's a campground in the forest, just about probably less than a mile up the road from my place. Can you leave campers in the campground? In the national forest? I mean, there's primitive camping. There's no power, no water. I counted 5 pull-behind campers parked in there.
I don't know. I would have to look it up because
I didn't think you could do that.
I know it brushy over there in the forest. You can camp there. It's primitive camping.
But I thought every few weeks you had to pull out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying you can tell these have been sitting there a while.
Well, I mean, they've come in since hunting season started.
And they might be able to stay a month or they might have up to like 3 months. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to check it out. I mean, I don't care. Right. I just found it interesting.
Yeah.
And there is power runs right by it. But, of course, federal government ain't going to put no power in it. It's a primitive campground. Mm-hmm. Some of my best, fondest memories of hunting was in primitive campgrounds and hunting clubs. Right. I loved camping on the management areas back in the day when all these little public land hunters now, they don't even know what it's like to show up at dark, pitch a tent, and not have no firewood and have to go out in the woods. And then you find out you didn't even bring a flashlight. So, and it's cold and you got strep throat. Oh, all right. Well, I say we wrap her on up.
Sounds good.
I don't know where this will fall in here at, but for sure it's going to be gun season or very close to it when you hear this. I know it's still archery season right now for us. It'll be, when does firearm season come in up there above you?
Well, youth season was this weekend.
Was it?
And then
Okay.
next weekend is big boy season.
Okay. So the guns will be firing off.
I think it's November 8th.
Okay. Because it comes in here with the 15th. Is it 15th on my zone?
Maybe 22nd.
I don't know. It's somewhere around
seems
there.
like
It's
one-
right the week before Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Because I know the one year it seemed like it was like the 21st.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can
yeah.
look it up. I could. I don't know why I don't. I got it right here on my phone. It seasons and bag limits. Well, we'll tell everybody when it comes in here for our area, if I can find deer. It's easier than it's ever been, but you got to scroll through all of it. I'm in Zone A.
in Zone A.
Zone A, gun, November 22nd to
Yep.
November 10th, either sex. And it's 2 a day, 2 does a day, or a buck and a doe, which I don't quite understand that. I mean, they're wanting the does thinned down. Why don't you just go ahead, kill your 2 does? If your buck comes out, shoot him too. And get one of your bucks if you want to. You know it's going to happen anyway. Well, all right. Anything else?
No, I don't have nothing else going.
Good deal. All right. Well, I guess everybody will talk to you guys in about a week. And take care of your trees because that's where turkeys sleep.